Good morning, everyone. So thank you for your time taking this invitation with us. And for today, we would like to introduce our webinar topic for this day. So thank you for attending again in our Know Your DJI webinar series. And our topic for today is the DJI Enterprise Key Product Features Introduction Webinar. So for this day, we will tackle about the Mavic 2 Enterprise series, the Phantom for RTK and Multispectral, Matrice 600 Pro, Matrice 200 version 2 series, and the Matrice 300 RTK, together with the Zenmuse payloads and the DJI software. Again, good morning, JB Mejia, Product Manager of DJI Enterprise, and together with my colleague, Eman Castro, our Solution Engineer.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, so let us start. In the evolution of DJI Enterprise products from M100 to M200 version 1, DJI was enabling development on a more open platform. So this is the evolution of the enterprise drones starting from M100 up to now the M300 RTK. So from Flight Hub also to Phantom 4 Multispectral, it was more about enabling applications with specific solutions. Now we are ready to set new standards for the new industry with the Matrice 300 RTK also. So we will discuss each model and then its most used application or its use cases depending on the industry. So let's start with the first model with the Mavic 2 Enterprise series. The Mavic 2 Enterprise Zoom Edition and the Thermal or the Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual Edition. So again, just a few reminders to turn off your mic and webcam so we can present these clearly. And if you have any questions, just type it in the chat box so we can answer them one by one right after this presentation. Okay. So the first model we have is the Mavic 2 Enterprise. With its powerful zoom capability, it is usually used in public safety and inspection. So it is designed to empower a new generation of workers. The Mavic 2 Enterprise is the ultimate expression of a tool that delivers beyond expectation to meet current workplace challenges and future demands. So for its main specifications, it has a 12 megapixels camera and a 1 by 2.3 inch CMOS sensor that is capable of 2 times optical zoom with a maximum flight time also of 31 up to 31 minutes and a maximum transmission range of up to 8 kilometers. So for its obstacle sensors, it has an omnidirectional obstacle sensor, meaning all sides of the drones, even up and down. Okay. Next. We also have the Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. So we call that a dual version of the Mavic 2 Enterprise because it has a visible and thermal imagery, meaning it has a dual camera. One is for visible camera, and the other one is the integrated radiometric FLIR thermal sensor. It also has a maximum flight time of up to 31 minutes, maximum transmission range of up to 8 kilometers, and also with the omnidirectional obstacle sensor. So with its modular accessories, you can work beyond your boundaries because now you can unlock the possibilities of flight with an extended port, as you can see in the upper part of the drone, that allows you to connect additional devices onto the drone, helping you perform at your best in a variety of critical missions. So for example, you can attach a spotlight that you can direct lost persons with greater ease. With the speaker, you can communicate with ground teams during emergency situations. And the beacon, you can easily conduct night missions with additional safety. So for example of this use case is that for public safety. So this one is using a Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. So it was a news about the Marikina public market that was featured in 24 Horas. They are using a Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. As you can see here in its camera, there. So the camera has a dual cameras. Then the left side is the thermal flare sensor and the right side is the visual camera. So it can easily determine the temperature of a person. And by the use of the speaker, they can announce or send a message into that particular person that they are allowed or not allowed to enter the facility because they have a high temperature. So that is usually the case. If you are having a slight fever, you are not allowed to be in public places, right? So that's an example of a use case of a Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual. Okay. So next one, we have the Phantom 4 RTK. Phantom 4 RTK, commonly used in architecture, engineering, and construction and surveying solutions because of its all-in-one centimeter accurate platform. It is used for more portable mapping solution and the most compact and accurate low-altitude mapping solution. DJI has rethought its drone technology from the ground up, revolutionizing its systems to achieve a new standard for drone accuracy, offering Phantom 4 RTK customers centimeter accurate data while requiring fewer ground control points. So for its main specifications, it has a total of 20 megapixels, 1-inch CMOS sensor. So its camera is really dedicated for mapping since it has a mechanical camera. For its main specifications also, it supports RTK and post-process kinematics, or PPK. RTK, by the way, stands for real-time kinematics. Has a maximum flight time of up to 30 minutes and a maximum transmission range of up to 7 kilometers. So, for a sample a 3D map generated by the use of the Terra software captured by the camera of the Phantom 4 RTK, you can easily generate this kind of map. So for an example, you are a construction company working with DPWH, and then you want to check the progress of the roads, the bridges that you are building with them. You can easily track the progress by the use of this feature. So that is just one of the few use cases that we are showing to you with the Phantom 4 RTK. Next, we have the Phantom 4 Multispectral. Phantom 4 Multispectral is a smart agriculture and forestry drone. So it has a multispectral imaging solution. These gather precise plant level data using the Phantom 4 Multispectral, which is a high precision drone with a seamlessly integrated multispectral imaging system built for agricultural missions, environmental monitoring, and more. The P4 multispectral consolidates the process of capturing data that gives insights into crop health and vegetation management. DJI has created this platform with the same powerful performance stands with the DJI is known for, including 27 minutes maximum flight time and up to 7 kilometers transmission range with the OcuSync system. So for the 6, if you can see the cameras here, it has a 6 1 by 2.9-inch CMOS at 2 megapixels. That is usually used in multispectral imagery. So you can see here the 6 cameras integrated with its gimbal. And indicated here are the colors. Okay. So for a sample application with agriculture, they can easily determine which crops or which side of the field of the crops are needed to cultivate, needed to harvest, because they can easily determine here in the NDVI imagery. Wait, next, we have the Matrice 600 Pro. M600 Pro or the Matrice 600 Pro is a complete integration and ultra-convenient drone for special operations platform. It is multifunctional, heavy lifter, equipped for meter-level accurate serving and much more. It inherits everything from the M600 with improved flight performance and better loading capacity. Pre-installed arms and antennas reduce time required for setup, and the system's modular design makes it easy to mount additional modules. The airframe is equipped with the latest DJI technologies, including the A3 Pro flight controller, Flight Bridge 2 HD transmission system, intelligent batteries, and battery management system. Several Zenmuse cameras and gimbals are natively compatible, and full integration with third-party software and hardware make the M600 Pro ideal for professional aerial photography and industrial applications. So meaning, depending on your applications that you need to attach a payload. So for example, supported payloads are the LiDAR, multispectral, oblique camera, the Zenmuse Z30, the Zenmuse X-T2, the Zenmuse X5S. So for a sample use case for filmmaking, you can use a high-definition camera and attach it to the drone. And another sample is for cargo delivery. For example, you need to deliver and get some medical samples from highly mountainous areas in a very indigenous people, and the road is very inaccessible because of its terrain. So you simply use a drone to carry its mission. So the drone simply serve as a cargo delivery. So you can easily get samples back and forth. So those are the few use cases that can be applied to the Matrice 600 Pro. Next, we have the Matrice 200 version 2 series. The M200 G2 series is a platform for diverse applications. It is also a versatile platform. An ultimate platform for aerial productivity combines a rugged design and simple configurability to work as a solution for a variety of industrial applications. Improvements to the Matrice 200 series version 2 enhance intelligent control systems, the flight performance, and add flight safety and data security features. So for its main specifications also, it has maximum flight time of 38 minutes, maximum transmission range of up to 8 kilometers. So again, depending on your application or field of industry, for example, you are using this for mapping. We highly recommend you to use or mount a Zenmuse X5S or a Zenmuse X7 visual camera. So either of the two. So the difference of these two gimbals, the X5S is a 5K visual camera and a Zenmuse X7 is a 6K visual camera. Perfect also for photogrammetry. Then, if you want to use the Matrice 200 version 2 series for inspection, you can use a Zenmuse Z30 with a 30 times optical zoom capability and a Zenmuse XT2 with an integrated thermal and visual camera. So it is also integrated with a FLIR radiometric thermal sensor and a 12 megapixels visual camera. So you can use that for tower inspection, for energy and facility. So those are the few samples of applications that we can use with these gimbals. And the Wingsland C15 for a spotlight. So you can easily do some search and rescue during nighttime. The U10 UAV-based laser methane leakage detector is mainly used in gas or oil and gas companies. So they can easily determine some leaks, some problems on their power plant or in the certain storage of the energy company. Another example is for the inspection. As you can see here at the upper part of a cell site tower in US. So a cell site company contacted DJI so they can easily check by the use of the Zenmuse Z30 gimbal to inspect a cell site tower. So instead of a man climbing a tower, you simply operate a drone and then within 3 minutes you can easily determine what problem has caused the typhoon. Okay, so for example, here in the picture, you can see here in the image that when you use a Z30 zoom capability of up to 30 times, you can easily check or inspect a cell site tower. So again, those are a few applications of a Matrice 200 V2 series. Next, we also have the Matrice 300 RTK. So Matrice 300 RTK has a maximum flight time of 55 minutes, and depending on the payload, that may cause also the flight time to reduce. So for example, if you are using a H20T Zenmuse camera, it can fly up to 36 minutes. So Spoken DJI is known for its performance and accessibility, but has also been investing in improving and setting standards for safety and security. It also has a maximum transmission range of 8 kilometers, a 1080p or high definition image transmission, triple video channel support. So it can support these gimbals, the Z30, XT2, the XTS, H20 series, the newly released or newly launched Zenmuse P1 and the Zenmuse L1. So P1 stands for photogrammetry and L1 is used for a LiDAR inspection. Okay. So let's talk about the H20 series gimbal or payload. So this is mainly compatible only with the Matrice 300 RTK. So the difference of the H20 is that it has a wide zoom and laser rangefinder, while the H20T is an all-in-one gimbal or payload that has wide zoom, laser rangefinder, and a thermal camera. To show superior performance of H20 series, I'd recommend to include the sample of the zoom capability and the thermal view of this H20T payload. Next, we have the P1 or the Zenmuse P1 and the Zenmuse L1. Let's talk about first the Zenmuse P1. So it has a 45 megapixel full frame sensor that is mainly used for photogrammetry. So if you are using the Matrice 300 RTK for mapping, this is highly recommended. And the L1 is a frame LiDAR with up to 100% effective point cloud results. So let's talk about first with the Zenmuse P1. Okay, so you can easily map a 1 kilometer square of a land area. Then for its GSD, it has 1.5 cm accuracy, and it only takes 33 minutes to make a 2D orthomap of this land area. Okay, so that is one of the main use of the Zenmuse P1. Then the Zenmuse L1 is usually used for these types of industries like the oil and gas companies. So they can easily determine the site problem. For example, if a 8.5 hectare area around the river crossed by Rosneft's pipeline. So this one, for example, is they are in US, the Rosneft company is laying a pipeline for their oil and gas company. So they need to determine what obstructions they may face before they set up the pipeline. So they may check for freestanding trees, buildings, roads, meadows, a river, and oil infrastructure construction. So they can easily determine those obstructions also. Okay, so let's talk about now with the softwares. First one is the DJI Terra. So DJI Terra is mainly used for mapping. So it is compatible with the Phantom 4 RTK, the Matrice 300 RTK with P1, with Zenmuse P1 payload, and also with the Matrice 200 version 2 series or the Matrice 210 RTK version 2 specifically with, for example, a Zenmuse X5S or a Zenmuse X7. So you can choose from X5S to X7, which we will mount in the M210 RTK version 2. So this one is a sample 2D model generated in DJI Terra. This one is a sample 3D model captured by the same software, which is the DJI Terra. Okay, so those are the few samples of use case that we can apply for the DJI Terra. Next, we have also the DJI Flight Hub. The DJI Flight Hub is mainly used for monitoring your drones. So for example, for a sample topology, the drone is connected, of course, to your RC controller or to your RC or the remote controller. So you can easily control the drone from the ground. And the RC is connected via USB to a mobile device with a DJI Pilot app. And then the DJI Pilot app is connected to the internet, which connects with the Flight Hub server or in the local deployment in your office area. And then it is being viewed by the Flight Hub software. So mainly what the camera sees of your drone is automatically displayed or transferred right into your computer screen. So DJI Flight Hub is compatible with the following drone platforms through the DJI Pilot and DJI Pilot PE mobile applications, such as Matrice 300 RTK, Matrice 200 series version 2, the Matrice 600 Pro Inspired 2, Mavic 2 Enterprise, Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual, Phantom 4 Pro, including the Pro Plus, and the Phantom 4 RTK. So sample interface of the Flight Hub, you can easily determine the location of your drone, the direction or the flight path that your drone takes, and the camera view that is being captured right into your drone's camera and then displayed directly into your screen. So let's say you have a roving CCTV camera. Okay, so that's DJI Flight Hub. Next, we have the DJI Flight Simulator. This software tailored for the enterprise allows you to hone your piloting skills without the potential risks and costs associated with the real-life training. Every aspect of DJI's unique flight control technology is analyzed and adapted to create the most realistic simulated flying experience. So that's an example of the video or the simulation generated in the screen. So you can easily control a simulated drone into your PC. So you don't need to take risk of your actual drone if you are a beginner of flying a drone. So it also has a free trial that you can use. So for example, you are into getting a new drone, but you're actually a beginner, you can simply take a practice in the flight simulation. Okay, so those are the products of the DJI Enterprise that we carry. So let's take a recap of our drone solutions. So we have the Phantom 4 RTK and Multispectral for mapping, Mavic 2 Enterprise series for public safety, Matrice 600 Pro, Matrice 200 version 2 series, and the Matrice 300 RTK. Let's take a recap also with the payloads and gimbals that we offer. which are the Zenmuse X5S and X7, used as a visual camera. Zenmuse Z30 for zooming for inspection, as well as the Zenmuse XT2 for inspection also. Wingsland Z15 for spotlight, U10 UAV for gas leak detection, the Zenmuse H20 series, a hybrid camera integrated for Matrice 300 RTK, and the Zenmuse P1 and L1 for photogrammetry and LiDAR inspection. Again, let's take a recap also with the softwares that we are using, like the DJI Terra for mapping, DJI Flight Hub for monitoring your fleet, and the DJI Flight Simulator for practicing or for beginners who want to take a flight simulation before they get the real flight experience. Thank you very much for this wonderful event. And then thank you for your time attending today. So ito yung mga contact details namin in case na meron tayong questions na biglang mag-pop up pagkatapos ng webinar na ito. So again, thank you very much and have a nice day.